Welcome everybody to our Greene Acres. My name is Teresa. Today's video I'm going to bring y'all along as we make some really cute fall decor. Some of it's going to be some things that you can purchase from the Dollar Tree, and some of it's going to be some thrifted items. I hope y'all enjoy the video, and I hope you get lots of ideas and inspiration for your home. Okay, the first project that we're going to upcycle is going to be this Bombay tabletop bookshelf. Now you can find these at the thrift stores a lot of times. Now this one was 99 cents, and since it was such a red wood color, I did spray it with some shellac sealer before we spray painted it. Now we used our critter spray painter from Amazon, and we just fill it up with Lowe's interior paint, and we gave it a couple of coats. Now it had a little adjustable bookend in it, and it had a little fixture right here that had a really shiny gold tone to it. So I just kind of wanted to tone it down, so I used a little bit of rub and buff, painted over it, and it just kind of dulled it a little bit. And I did go over it with a sanding block, and I gave it some distressing.
I'm driving, you're smiling, just really doing nothing. That's the thing I like about you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Yeah, no, nothing's complicated with you.
Okay, now I'm going to show y'all a really easy project, and we're going to use these Dollar Tree burlap leaves. Now they offer these just about every year, and I pick them up every year. But just to give them a little bit more detail, I'm just going to show y'all some ways of how you can have some fun with them and add some stencils to them. You could also get your transfers out, you could get your stamps out. But just go around your leaves, use whatever color paint you want. I did some, that dark burlap, I did some white. And on the lighter colored, khaki colored leaves, I did some black ink. This was such a fun project. And if you're not into shabby chic, you can always do more of a farmhouse style. And this right here was a transfer out of the traditional Potts transfer book. So I'm just showing you ideas and inspiration. If you have like I say, if you have your transfers, your stamps. This right here is a Jamie Ray vintage stencil, and my friend Jackie at Ruth and Ruby, she sells these. But the majority of the rest of these stencils I use, these will be linked in my Amazon store. So like I say, just go through what you have and just have fun with your leaves, and it just adds just another little level of of detail to them.
Nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out.
Now I want to show y'all a pretty pumpkin project that I made with a new silicone mold that I got, and she is called Woman with Bouquet. Now I will link it below, but I ordered her from an Etsy shop, but I will put the information for her down below. But she is absolutely beautiful, and she has so much detail. But when you work with air dry clay and silicone molds, you just want to add your cornstarch first, and then you just want to add your clay and then just mold it in. And she came out absolutely beautiful. She's a pretty large mold, but she was really easy to do. And then I'm just going to use some, not Elmer's, but Type Bond wood glue. And then I'm just going to apply her to the front of my pumpkin. Now this pumpkin was something that I purchased at a Goodwill a couple of years ago, and I got it just like this. So I thought she would make just a beautiful centerpiece, put her on there. Because, when we are decorating for fall and harvest time, you can go with whatever color suits your home. And y'all, I love to go with a lot of neutrals, and I love to do pink, in the fall time. So I painted her with Ballet Slipper. It's a Waverly chalk paint. And then I went over her with liquid patina to seal her. And then I'm going to add some white wax. Anytime you add wax to something, you usually always want to put a sealer on it, because it'll make your wax work a lot better. So you just put on some wax, and I'm just going to work in sections, apply my wax, and then I wipe off the excess with a paper towel. And you just go and get the white wax in there in the grooves how you want it, and just keep adding more if you need to, and just keep wiping it away. Now I'm going to work all the way around the pumpkin because I'm going to add white wax to the whole pumpkin. Now, I did not put a top sealer on her after I got her white wax, but you absolutely could. You could go back over her with some liquid patina, or you could also use a spray sealer. Now, I think this turned out so pretty. You know, now I can add just whatever kind of bouquets of flowers or greenery that I want to, and I think this made a great pumpkin centerpiece.
I'm driving, you're smiling, just really doing nothing. That's the thing I like about you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Yeah, no, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wildness. Let's just
Now I'm going to show y'all how we can take one of these little Dollar Tree ceramic pumpkins. Then they sell these just about every year, and I've had this one for a couple of years, so I only paid $1 for it. And they're pretty just the way they are, but they're pretty plain. So I've got some new silicone molds, and these will be linked to my Amazon store. But I'm just going to take one of them, and then I'm just going to add again some wood glue to the back of it. I'm going to adhere it to the pumpkin. I did paint the pumpkin with chalk paint. I put a couple of layers on it, but you can paint it any color you want to. Now, I'll let the clay mold dry. You can always go back over and paint the clay mold, but I'm going to leave it just like it is because I love that natural color of the dried clay.
on the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wildness. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole night long. Being with you is like being on the rodeo house. Brings out the wildness. I got a little crush on you.
Now, y'all know it wouldn't be fall if we didn't pull out the orange carvable Dollar Tree pumpkin. But y'all ran across this one at Goodwill for 59 cents. And I also have these that I got at Dollar Tree, and I've had these a couple of years. These make good little pumpkins to do little DIY projects with. But as you know, you paint the little orange ones just so your orange don't bleed through. We usually paint it white. And then I'm going to use some stained flour sackcloth. I usually stain mine in coffee, but tea will work too. But you just stain, a lot of times people use muslin. This is kind of the same thing, but it's thin and it works really well. So that's what we're going to do. You want to work that hole in the center of your pumpkin to where you've got enough hole to poke your fabric down in it, but you want where it'll keep it tight also. So I just work mine down there with a screwdriver and just kind of shape it and smooth it as you go. Now I'm going to show you a fun way that I love to make pumpkin stems. You just want to take some aluminum foil, and I did a video on this last year, so I'm just kind of giving you a little abbreviated tutorial on this because I've already done, a video on this, and I'll have a fall playlist down in my description box of all of my videos from last year. But you just want to form your pumpkin stem with your foil, and you can bend it. It works really well, and you make it as long and big as you want it. You could even put another layer of foil on there if you wanted a thicker pumpkin stem, and then I'm just going around it with strips of the stained flour sackcloth, and you just hot glue where you need to. And then when I get to the end, you want the end just to kind of look a little tattered and torn, and that is as easy as that to make your own little rustic pumpkin stems. Now this is one I made last year. This is the one that I had in the tutorial. It's a little bit longer, so I'm going to attach it to the bigger pumpkin. Now I'm going to show you a cute little embellishment. And I told y'all I always have transfer scraps laying around, and I'm trying to use what I have because if not, they get damaged. Then y'all know I love French wording, so just take some of your ripped flour sackcloth and you just put some transfers on it. And just make them long enough, and you can tie these around the stems or your pumpkins, or you can make some that are more like a patch. You just rip your fabric, you can put flowers on them. You can even get your stamps out and put some stamps on them. and just make some little patches that you can stick on your pumpkins, or like I say, you can just make some that are long enough and you can tie them around your stems. But it adds just another little layer of detail to your pumpkins and just makes them look a little bit more French country and a little bit more shabby chic.
Being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the valleys. I got a little crush on you.
Also, want to let y'all know that Rose Forever of New York, they are having a summer sale right now, and it's an awesome gift for somebody maybe going back to school, maybe going off to college. These roses right here make a great gift for anyone. These roses right here are handcrafted, and they are preserved with natural oil so that y'all, they last up to 1 year. And I've always told y'all they smell just like real roses. So this time of the year, with the end of summer, this is a great way for us to still enjoy real flowers in our home through the fall and the winter months. So make sure to go out and check out their website. I'm going to leave all the information down below with the discount code. Make sure to go out and check out all their creative collections. Another thing that I love about Rose Forever of New York is they strive to bring you an ideal floral design in assorted colors, shapes, and sizes. So y'all, I know these roses, if you do get them, they will exceed your expectations because I know they do mine. This project right here is going to be a yard sale find, and a lot of times I see people upcycling these and are not sure what they are, and I'm pretty sure this is a paper plate holder, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I got it at a yard sale and only paid a few, I don't know, I bundled when I got this, so I only paid a few cents for it. I peeled the little Christmas tree sticker off of it. We spray painted it with our critter. We gave it a couple of coats of white paint, and then I went around the edges and I distressed it. Now I'm going to add a really pretty transfer to the front. This is out of the Brocante transfer book, and that is an Iron Orchid Design brand. So that, I love that book, the Brocante book. It had some beautiful designs in it, and I still have some. I'm still using them. So, but I thought it would just really embellish the front of this and give it more of a French country flair. And then y'all know I love my little wooden ornate embellishments, and I just hot glued one of those to the top of it just to give it just a little bit more detail. Another fall decor item that I found at Goodwill the other day was this little metal pumpkin candle holder, and it was only $2.99. And I love the black base that it has because it's going to paint really well. So I'm going to spray paint it white, and then I'm going to go around and I'm going to distress it using a sanding block. Now, when you spray paint with the Critter spray painter, and we use some Lowe's interior paint, it distresses really well because it actually will just kind of peel off. But that's what we want, because chippy paint is basically paint that's peeling off. So I just went around with my little sanding block, and I just kind of, like I say, I brought that black back out, and then I put one of my little pumpkins that I just made in it and added a little wreath, a little candle ring wreath down in the bottom. The next couple of home decor pieces I want to show y'all is a couple of wreaths that I've recently purchased from Amazon, and I will have these linked in my store, but I just recently purchased this beautiful faux pampas grass wreath. Y'all, this is gorgeous, and it comes in several colors. So this is how I have it displayed right now in my family room, and I'm hoping to do a fall home tour for y'all, so stay tuned for that. Even came with a free thank you gift, and it came with this little beaded tassel, so this will make a great embellishment for some of our fall vignettes. Before we get started with the next project, I just want to say a very special thank you to Tammy, Catherine, and Jada for sending me a super thanks. Thank y'all so very much. That was so sweet, and I truly appreciate it. Another wreath that I just recently purchased, and the inspiration from this comes from my friend Julie over at Julie's Designs and Signs. She got a wreath like this at the Goodwill bins, I think, or at a thrift store, and she paid probably $1 for hers. I fell in love with it, and I thought, well, you know what? Instead of Googling it, I went out and I Amazoned it. You can find everything on Amazon. Well, y'all, it pretty much there it was. So this is actually advertised as a spring and summer type wreath, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to use it for fall. So I just wanted to bring this wreath along to y'all in case you decorate like I do in more of neutral colors. I think this one is a very pretty wreath, and it's very simple, but it's also elegant. Another decor piece that I want to show y'all that's very budget friendly is, and if you are like us and you love apple juice, buy a huge apple juice jar at Walmart. Then you can have the really pretty jar. This is embellished with some leaves across the top, and all I did was I poured the apple juice out of it. I put it in a pitcher in the refrigerator, and we can enjoy the juice. Now we've got a beautiful jar that we can embellish for the fall. Now for the sticker come off actually very well. I just put it in some soapy water, and then I use that little razor blade that I just got from Amazon, and I'll have it linked in my store, and it took the sticker right off. Now this is some really pretty faux pampas grass stems that I just purchased from Amazon. These will be linked in my store, and these work perfect in this little apple juice jar. So this little, apple juice jar, not only did we get to enjoy the apple cider or apple juice that was in it, it's very affordable, and now we got a great container to decorate for fall and, for all the seasons. Okay, y'all, we are at the end of the video again. Time flies, doesn't it? But I want to remind y'all too, most of the products y'all saw in today's video, as far as a lot of the IOD and the DIY paints and stuff, make sure to go out and check out my friend Jackie at Ruth and Ruby. She gives all of my viewers a discount, and I'm going to have her information down below, but she sells all the IOD products, and she sells the DIY paints and a lot of the products that I use. Make sure to go over and follow me on Our Greene Acres at Facebook. I post over there daily. So I come on with all kinds of content over there, so make sure to go over and connect with me there. And I also want to remind y'all, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I hope you do, so we can stay connected and we can become friends. And if you also want to feature and just put your beautiful projects that you create out on Facebook, go to my home decor page and join it. So as always, y'all, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I love you, and I will plan to see y'all in my next week's video. And don't forget to go out and check out Rose Forever of New York. Bye, y'all.